Bank.
It is just about summer vacation time, and while most of us think it is a fun, frivolous time, what happens if you need a doctor in Belgium? A rental car accident happens in Canada. Well, we have an attorney with us today. Don Alvarez joins us with a few things that we need to think about, so this is a good experience. We're prepared in case the unexpected happens. Don, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jamie.
So we want to start with talking about if we're taking our family pet with us. What do we need to know? Because animals and flights, this changing.
Well, the first thing you want to do is check with the airlines, and this is with any type of pet, to see what type of pets they allow on their flights. You can take your pet three ways. In cabin with you or on the same plane. That's number one. Number two, you can have a separate flight, or number three, ship it with a licensed commercial carrier.
Wow.
Now, typically, U.S. airlines require health certificates, so you need to check with each airline to see what type of health certificate they might need. And certain airlines require that certain breeds or types of animals will not be permitted. In other words, breeds of dogs like Rottweilers or pit bulls, things like that.
They might be better just staying home and having a staycation.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about, we know that we need our passport to go to another country,
Sure.
but what about a travel visa?
Well, visas, a lot of countries require travel visas, exit and entry visas. And sometimes those take up to a month or more to get, so you have to plan ahead. You need to check with the local, the country and what local laws they have requiring what types of visas. So you need to check ahead of time, and you can do that on the State Department website.
Okay.
It has a list of all the countries. You click on that, and it'll tell you what's needed.
Okay, so we also want to know about the laws that are happening where we're traveling. We don't want to do anything wrong. We're a visitor. We want to have a good time and not run into any trouble there.
That's right. And you can unintentionally violate a law and still be in violation, just like you can in this country.
Wow.
And just remember, your rights are going to be different than they are here in the U.S. Usually you have less rights in most countries.
And language barriers
And
as well.
language barriers. But one of the things you should do when you prepare to go on a trip is to register with the consulate or the embassy in the country you are going to be visiting. That way they know you're there, and then it expedites to get in trouble.
Which countries do you feel we should really make sure that we do this with?
Well, I think every country, every single one. Other than, you go down to Rocky Point in Mexico, you don't have to do that.
I'm okay for any trip in June.
But
Thanks,
if you go somewhere more exotic or more interior, you probably should register.
Okay, let's talk about driving. A lot of people very brave to get behind the wheel in another country. What do we need to do?
Well, you need to get, if you're going to rent a car in another country, you need to find out whether you have insurance. If your home policy usually will not cover a foreign country, you need to get different insurance. Usually you can get it through the rental car company. Sometimes you can get it through your credit card that you use to pay for the rental car. But you need insurance, and you need to find out what the requirements are, because each country is different. Mexico, for example, requires that you get Mexican insurance. If you read one of those policies, I defy anybody to really know what they mean.
Right.
But you need the policy in case you get into an accident, whether or not it's your fault.
So we really want to maybe just check out a day and go through and do our homework. We want to make sure this is a pleasurable experience. We want to make sure everything's checked off, and we've documented everything properly.
Absolutely. And one thing you can do, and as I said earlier, go on the State Department website, and they have a list of all the countries, and you click on that list, and it'll give you a laundry list of things to look at and to help plan your trip. And you should do that a long time before the trip progresses, because a lot of these countries have a time frame within which to get the visas and all the other things that you need to have done.
Don, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jamie.
Thanks for getting the down and dirty details for us so that we could just go and then have fun.